real two-time Olympic gold medalist, go to J. Calderon Boxing Talk.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, J. Calderon, Stan Clee Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's boxing talk. This Saturday, April 13th, it's the much-anticipated showdown between two of the top pound-for-pound female fighters that are undefeated and world champions in a title unification for the undisputed middleweight crown between Claressa Shields and Christina Lady Hammer. This is a great matchup that we have been waiting for between top pound-for-pound women fighters that are now set to take place this weekend. We're just a few days away. Now they're ready to step into the ring and show the world who's the best female fighter in the world today. Christina Hammer is a longtime reigning champion that has held her title for over 8 years and made 13 title defenses of the middleweight title. She has unified that title. She's also a 2-division world champion, and she is an excellent boxing technician. Undefeated in 24 professional fights, this woman has an excellent jab. She has good foot movement, and she is a good technical skill boxer in that ring. She's going up against a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, perhaps the most decorated American fighter, female or male fighter, ever in the history of amateur boxing for Team USA, and that's Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields is now a 2-division world champion that has won 5 world titles at super middleweight, unifying 2 of the titles there, and coming down to the middleweight division where now she holds 3 world titles at 160 pounds for the middleweight division, and now she's looking to become the undisputed champion by capturing that last final piece, 4 belts, and both of these women are looking to walk away with the Ring Magazine belt as the undisputed king of the division. You know, Claressa Shields comes forward with that aggressive style. She throws a little bit wild at times, and she is a aggressive pressure fighter that looks like she loads up with a lot of her punches, and she's the heavier puncher. But she only has 2 knockouts in 8 professional fights that she's had. She's accomplished a lot, and she's working with John David Jackson, a former world champion that has guided the career of Sergey Kovalev. And this woman has gotten better and better with each fight. She's starting to implement more boxing skills in her game. And you see in the last previous fights where she's starting to use the jab more, she's starting to use a lot more head movement and using those boxing skills more and more as she sets up those shots with combination punches. You know, she's pretty quick, but Lady Hammer has the quicker hand speed, and she has the height and reach advantage where she's gonna be able to create that distance and try to keep Shields on the outside. Shields has to be able to work her way in and get past that very good jab to be able to impose her strength, her physical athletic skills, and to be able to break down Lady Hammer throughout this fight, perhaps to the body with some very good body work, and chop down the taller fighter in Christina Hammer. Lady Hammer also has great athletic skills. She is a boxing technician in there, and she has great stamina. She's gone the distance many times, and she's knocked out 11 of her opponents as well. She has accurate, sharp-shooting punches, and she just might have the harder punch in this fight with that pinpoint right hand that she likes to set up off the jab. So it's going to be an interesting fight when these 2 women get into the ring, because you're going to see a fast-paced fight. You're going to see both of these women letting those hands go. You're going to see Claressa Shields putting on the pressure, applying that pressure, trying to back her up against the ropes and wailing away with those big shots. Can she settle down in this fight and not get so wild and try to really land those hard shots to hurt Christina Hammer? Because if she could drop Hammer in this fight, then it could change the dynamics of this fight and offset whatever Christina Hammer brings to the table. You know, Claressa Shields is the slight favorite going into this fight because she's fighting in the United States. This is her backyard. She's expected to win this fight. She's becoming the face of boxing, and she's looked upon to become the women's pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Right now, that title belongs to welterweight champion Cecilia Brækhus, who's undefeated, who is the only female boxer that holds 4 of the world titles as a undisputed champion. But if Claressa Shields could become the undisputed champion in just her 9th professional fight, she would become the pound-for-pound best female fighter, because not even Cecilia Brækhus has had a significant fight like this, an opponent of this magnitude and of this spotlight, to be able to shine and show that she's the best fighter in the world. She's had longevity. She's dominated dominated her division, but she hasn't had that big opponent the way Claressa Shields has right now in Christina Lady Hammer. So this is a great matchup right here. You know, we go back to the days of Christy Martin when she dominated the 1990s as the best women's fighter. She put women's boxing on the map, making it to the cover of Sports Illustrated. You know, she was the Mike Tyson of the 1990s, and she never had that significant fight against Lucille Riker. That was a matchup between the two best pound-for-pound women boxers that were in their prime, and that fight never materialized for them to have that big mega showdown in women's boxing. Later down in her career, she fought Later Ali. Ali became the face of boxing because of her father's name. She was an outstanding boxer as well, and she beat Christy Martin in a showdown which was really basically a mismatch at the time because Christy Martin was way past her prime, and this was just a total one-sided beatdown. But it wasn't that super fight matchup that we expected. You know, this right here is the biggest fight of two of the best pound-for-pound women's fighters today that are undefeated, that are world champions, and facing off on Showtime Primetime Network. And this is a great platform for these women to kick open the door and show that women's boxing is just as good as the men. These women are hungry, they're in great shape, they're training hard, they're ready to get in there and mix it up, and it's gonna be one hell of a fight. I'm excited for this fight to see these two girls get it on with each other, and it's gonna be an excellent matchup. Now, it's a very close fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Who's gonna implement the better game plan? You know, Claressa Shields has her work cut out for her because she has to live up to the title that she has given herself as the greatest woman fighter of all time. You know, she's claiming herself like the next Muhammad Ali in women's boxing, and she has to deliver. She has to go in there and look very impressive and knock this woman out, or even dominate this fight and win by at least unanimous decision. Because in my opinion, I see Christina Lady Hammer as the one that's gonna outbox Claressa Shields throughout this fight with that jab and with that technical skills that she has, those fundamentals. I believe that she's going to be able to hurt Claressa Shields with that right hand and really pave the way to a unanimous decision. When it's all said and done, she's going to win on the road, and she's going to state her claim as pound for pound the best women's fighter in the world. I have Christina Hammer as my prediction pick as the winner of this fight. You know, I like both of these women a lot. I think both of them are excellent fighters, and I think it's gonna be one hell of a fight, but I have to lean towards the experience factor of Christina Hammer, that she's more of a better all-around fighter, boxer, that she's going to be able to have enough punching power to get Claressa Shields respect in this fight, and she'll be able to box from the outside and fight on the inside at times, because she's not a good inside fighter the way Claressa Shields is, but I believe that she's going to be forced to fight on the inside, but she will also be able to create that space and use her boxing abilities throughout this fight, especially with that very good jab, to be able to win a decision in this fight. So I pick Christina Lady Hammer to become the undisputed middleweight champion. But let's hope it's a great fight, and may the best female boxer win. So tune in to Showtime this Saturday night for the women's undisputed middleweight crown. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to this YouTube channel right here, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. Please hit that little red subscribe button, hit that bell icon, hit that share button, drop a comment, hit the like button. Also, follow me on all social media platforms, on Twitter, on Instagram, and join the Facebook boxing group page, all under the same name, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm J. Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment. Thanks for your support. Keep watching, and please subscribe.